We've all talked about or heard about Mercury retrograde, but what about Pluto retrograde? What happens when the other planets are shifting and how does it affect us? Did you know that right now we are actually in Pluto retrograde? So first, let's talk a little bit about what does it mean when outer planets are in retrograde versus the inner planets, such as Mercury, are in retrograde. So the inner planets like Mercury, Mars, Venus, within the asteroid belt, those are considered to move fast and often through the astrological signs, right? So we'll be talking about Mercury in Pisces or, Venus in Taurus. But when we're talking about the outer planets on the outside of the asteroid belt, we are actually dealing with slower movement. And as the inner planets transition retrograde for chapters of our life and maybe like a couple of months, the outer planets, their retrograde, their shift in energy affects years of our life. So with that said, Pluto went into retrograde on May 2nd, and it will remain in retrograde until October 11th of this year, 2024. Pluto can actually stay in the same zodiac sign for up to 21 years. Yes, years. And it retrogrades every single year for 5 to 6, 7 months. Okay, so Pluto right now is going an era-defining shift, and it is dancing and moving and shifting within two signs, Capricorn and Aquarius. So this is huge because Aquarius is the new and Capricorn is the old. So there is that energy of old chapter and the energy of new chapters, new beginnings. And Pluto is in retrograde, playing and bouncing between these two signs. So we can think of ourselves sort of on this tightrope where we're just tiptoeing towards one sign, then the other, trying to close out the old, getting the lessons from the old and moving on into the new one. We are definitely being faced with a huge life change. And really, we are preparing for a brand new era. So all of this is happening right now. So Pluto had been in Capricorn for 16 years and finally in March entered the Aquarius sign. And it's actually going to be in this new era in Aquarius until 2043. So how does this retrograde affect us personally? Well, because we just talked about how the outer planets, the retrograde affects a much bigger and longer portion of our life, we are looking at the further away they move from the earth, or they are from the earth, the more complex and the more shadow work we need to do. It really forces us to look outside our daily lives and just look at our existence as a whole. And we are invited to really dig deep and deep into the shadows, and even talk a little bit about the mysterious part of our being, the things that we don't understand and the things that are held subconsciously and that we need to work on. So retrograde is all about reevaluating, revisiting, rebalance, realignment. So in the same way, when Pluto goes into retrograde, we are dealing with reassessment. So because it's affecting an entire era of our life, it is about restarting our life journey with completely different resources and tools. So we're leaving the old, we're leaving the last era of our life, and we are entering this new one where we have to reevaluate and realign, and it is time to change. And there is not going to be any change unless we are willing to face those aspects, those those shadows and those inner demons per se, right? But it's not all about doing the tough work. It's also about experiencing more power. That means that we are given so much more power that we felt we held before. And this Pluto in retrograde is reminding us how we are divine beings. We can manifest everything we want. So we're cracking open this brand new invitation, this brand new life, this brand new power, and really taking advantage of it. So we are clearing out the old. We're clearing out the things that we don't want to deal with, that are uncomfortable, the trauma that is left over, so that we can just completely surrender and let go and move into this powerful era of our life. Pluto in retrograde is also about going with the flow and stop this resisting that we constantly do, this need to control the situation, and just understanding that we're a work in progress and we're constantly co-creating. We're constantly creating a reality and moving forward. And we don't need to control the situation. We don't need to overanalyze everything. We just need to revisit things and work on the shadows, and then look at the future and even the present with a completely different, cleaner, clearer aspect and point of view. So this is the time for us to really focus on what it means to be entering this Aquarian Pluto retrograde era for us. And I really hope that it brings us some peaceful understanding on why so many of us are feeling these crazy emotions that feel somewhat off balance. So as you navigate this new era, this new phase, I want to offer you some free resources. I will post a link in the description box, but I have 2 free downloadables where you can meditate with me. One is about calming the wandering mind, and the second one is about healing with the superpower of the breath. So these are just some freebies that I want to extend to you so that they can be part of your healing journey. And as you navigate this Pluto in retrograde, having something that can help you recenter and realign and just focus on your healing and being supported and provided for. I hope this video was helpful. Share your thoughts, like, subscribe, and please share with friends and people that are aligned with this message. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.